Today, we're going to be going back to the Holly and the Jolly and talking about what happened at Christmas last year, this year, whatever year. Welcome back aboard the Holly Jolly Polite Ship, everyone. And today, we're going to go back through last year's Christmas of 2025 and talk about everything that happened on my channel as a recap. So, ho, 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 here we go. So it started as Seasick Holidays always starts on Black Friday while we were down the shore, and the first video I posted was the decorating process video, which was the 2025-2026 holiday special thing, first video thing. And as it was with Christmas in July, Halloween, and Halloween in May, we did basically what the video says it is, a decorating process. I'm saying we, like I'm not the only one making these videos, but I basically did a decorating process video where Milo meows loudly in the background. And then after the decorating process video, my second video on the channel was while we were still down the shore, us doing the Christmas festival thingy. This was a huge issue with a lot of my first vlogs, where 90% of the video is the intro, and the other 10% is other random crap, and then 5% of it is the actual thing that we're doing, which basically means that there's like 3 clips, like actually 4 clips in total from the actual thing, and then that's it. Then we have the Chloe saga, or whatever you want to call this. Now, as is to be expected, the Frankie post video is a 1-minute long video that literally has nothing important in it. But the second video will be a sequel to the first video I made the year before, where this time I show the decorating process for Chloe's house. So it's just like the one where I decorated my house, only Chloe. This has got to be one of my favorite Chloe Central videos, even more so than the original Chloe Christmas house tour. And that's because in a similar way to the Philly vlog I did last year, this might be one of the last times I get to do this, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it's so good that I now have this, like, immortalized in this video. Also, this transition that I did at the end here that changes from the small candy cane into the big one is probably one of my favorite transitions I've ever done. Next up, we have the Longwood Gardens video, which in a way kind of replaced the Philly vlog, like I just said earlier, because what happened with Philly was we had to stop going because the only real reason we went was for the Macy's light show and the Dickens Village, and the Comcast thing was kind of just like a side thing that we did. However, now that the Macy's is no longer open, there's no main attraction anymore, so there's no real reason to go. But while that vlog usually happens between Christmas and New Year's, that's what we used to do for Longwood Gardens too, because believe it or not, we did actually used to go to Longwood Gardens every year. I just stopped going at some point. My parents still went, but they went usually in between Christmas and New Year's, which is when we also usually went to Philly. But then, since Philly left, we decided to do Longwood Gardens. I decided to join again, and we decided to do it a little bit later this year, since there would be no main vlog video for New Year's Eve because we would be too busy being at dinner and just casually ruining my whole life, but that's a different story. But either way, we did Longwood a little bit earlier this year, and I actually kind of really enjoyed it. It was one of the highlights of this year's Christmas for me. It was also probably my favorite vlog video I did for Christmas that year, and it was just so beautiful there, like seriously. But yeah, the Longwood Gardens vlog, really, really nice. And again, probably my favorite thing that we did before Christmas this year. But next up, we got these 2 videos, which are kind of connected, but not really. And the first one is got to be one of my most well-edited videos, ranking all my favorite Christmas movies. And it's exactly what it says it is, ranking all my favorite Christmas movies. But the reason it's connected to the other one is because making this video, I decided to rewatch a lot of these movies. And one of them was Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas, which has this funny scene.
Oh, I'm making great time. This shortcut is a lifesaver. At least not much is broken.
Next up, we have the Shady Brook Farms video, along with a Polite Talks and just a random video I threw up here. So the Shady Brook Farms video was yet another vlog that I did last year, too. Technically, 2025 was last year, but whatever. This was also a really, really good night to go because it started snowing while we were there, while we were on the hayride, which by January, actually by February, I was completely sick of, but that's a different story. I'm also pretty sure I was sick when we were there. I don't remember, but watching the video again, my voice was like really, really bad, so probably I was sick. But after the polite talks and the other random video, the next video I did that's important was the vlog for Creamy Acres. Or as I like to call it, the grandparents' house, McDonald's, Creamy Acres, and for some odd reason, Bonesaw vlog. This is because, other than Creamy Acres, we made about 50 stops at about 50 other places. And 90% of the Creamy Acres part of the video is a montage of the hayride. Yeah, I guess it's less time to yap. But I did like that we finally went inside this year, because last year we didn't go inside because we drove through, and all of a sudden Creamy Acres is now charging you for some unknown reason to do the inside portion if you don't do the hayride. So, and we couldn't do the hayride last year because I was sick and it was freezing cold outside, obviously. So somehow Creamy Acres went from being the most boring vlog of the Christmas season to the most chaotic and random throwing things out there vlog yet. I also find it funny how after we leave my grandparents' house, the places get less and less cheap. Like, we go from, well, that's not saying that Creamy Acres isn't stupidly expensive now for some odd reason, but, like, we go from the cheap McDonald's to Creamy Acres light displays to the beauty that is this Christmas tree in Bonesaw. Ignore the poorly drawn mind flare in the background. Then on Christmas, I clipped the funniest piece of dialogue in cinema history. And then we got the After Christmas saga, which is not a lot of videos, but a lot to talk about. The only really important video in this segment is the thing that I did last year where I talk about everything I got for Christmas. So that's pretty neat. I also did a mini vlog, which was in the form of a short, like the original Hershey Park video, which, speaking of which, I'll talk about that at the end. But it was like a little mini vlog I did in a YouTube short for Jaegers when we went to my aunt's place and we went there. But the real fun with the end of the holiday season comes from this thing. Oh, God. Because one of the many things I got for Christmas last year is this castle that I spent like a little bit over 12 days building just for Belle to slowly destroy every single night. I explained that in the video talking about it, which is extremely boring, by the way. But there is more history with this castle. I cannot preface this enough. Please go watch the Phantoms video because I'm not spending this entire video explaining what happened. But in that video, I said I would talk about how it connects to this castle, and I never did. But basically, I'm not going to go into all the details, but while I was building this castle is when I first had the situation that happened on New Year's Eve happened for the first time that kind of ruined me. The entire section in between Christmas and New Year's was kind of slowly, like, you know. Speaking of which, I have this new art wall in my gaming room. Wait a minute. I am never getting this thing to stay on here, but I have this new art wall in my gaming room. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that, which, by the way, go follow me on Instagram. But anyways, that is the story of a little Christmas... What? But anyways, that is the of a Christmas. What am I saying? But that is the end of Christmas in July with Seasick for 2026. Thanks for watching. Be merry, not seasick. Bye. Okay, I'm gonna stop now.